Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event here tonight.
Andre, the China
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a
It's not all the world is watching.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Top Guy Theater. I am the Mappet Man, and you're probably all asking yourselves, well, where's Frank? He normally starts the show. Well, this week we decided to do something a little different. This week's episode of Top Guy Theater, we don't have a guest with us this week. So we decided to pull a name out of a hat to determine who was going to book the show, so to speak, for this week. And I won the drawing. This week, after being selected to pick a show, I wanted to do another episode of Top Guy Classics because I had fun with that with Royal Rumble 2000. But the show that I wanted to do, Halloween Havoc 1998, received such an awful ovation from everybody else in our group that I felt like they were going to rein in a lynch mob and take my ass out if I actually went through with it. So instead, we're sticking with a new theme this week. Last week, Frank told the story of Providence, Rhode Island, and we went to Backlash in Your House 1999. This week, we make our way to Buffalo, New York. We are on the road to Starrcade 1997 from the KeyBank Center and WCW Monday Nitro from December 8th, 1997. As we painted a picture of Providence last week, hopefully we can do the same thing for Buffalo this week. It's Top Guy Theater, it's WCW Monday Nitro, and away we go.
Henry, good job.
I almost got it.
And away we go to me. I'm going to take you out for a sec, Henry. So before we get this going, I'm going to start this shit off strong. It's the weekend, and normally I'd be wearing a Tennessee Titans jersey, and normally my name would be at Frank Bruno 80. But what is it tonight? Fly, Eagles, fly. You know why? Because that's what you're going to do. That's what they're going to do, because they now have one of the best players in the NFL by the name of A.J. Brown. And you know who drafted A.J. Brown, right? The Tennessee Titans, who couldn't restructure Ryan Tannehill's contract to maybe give A.J. Brown the money he deserved. Because when Derrick Henry and Julio Jones couldn't suit up, who the fuck was holding that team together? A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill. But on Thursday night, the Tennessee Titans did something to me that they have done several times, and that's knife me in the motherfucking gut. I'm not here to insult The Rock or to insult Steve Austin and to pop Phil. I'm here to tell you, Tennessee, you can go fuck yourself, because I am quite frankly done with this bullshit. I'm done with you. I cannot believe that you took a once-in-a-lifetime talent and traded him to Philadelphia. And guess what? Tennessee plays Philly this year in Philly. So what the fuck you think's going to happen? A.J. Brown's going to run all over our rookie defensive back we just drafted, and our little wide receiver who's supposed to be a carbon copy of A.J. Brown is probably going to pull his hamstring, fuck up his knee, and not play. And away we go. Yeah, here's the kicker, everybody. I don't believe in Tennessee right now. I just don't. So we're going to do a quick go around the room and we're going to get this shit started. We're going to start with Adam from Kickout Crew, who is joining us again because he is just that awesome. And apparently it's Dirty Magazine Day. Adam, how are you?
Dirty Magazine Day. Dirty Magazine Day.
That was nudie.
Is it Nudie Magazine Day?
It's nudie. It's nudie magazine day.
Yeah.
Okay, can we
That
start
would be
over and try it
1,000
again?
times.
And edit. Nudie Magazine Day. Was that from South
Nudie
Park?
Magazine
No,
Day.
that's from Billy Madison.
Yes.
Oh my God! Why don't I not remember that?
Because you don't remember good movies.
Because you don't.
I love that movie.
You don't remember, Junior.
Oh
No.
God.
I love it, man. Thanks for inviting me. You know, I'll be here anytime you need me, brother. I
And
enjoy chatting with you guys.
No, not sure. I just belched, and if anyone heard it, I'm sorry. That's the kind of mood I'm in. I mean, I could give a fuck what Tennessee's doing tonight in the draft because what they're probably doing is bending me over and doing me dirty.
That's my job.
Oh, there it is. Nashville all over again. Adam, Kick Out Crew's first episode dropped. It was pretty good. I have to tell you that I really loved Devin's segment where he was, what is it, Devin's Demographics or something?
Yes, Devin's demographic, yeah.
When you guys were talking about Tay and Sammy, that was a riveting conversation for me because it's like right now what's going down, you know, the guy pretty much he like worked himself into being a heel and he lost his championship again. It's like, it was really good stuff. It was really good stuff. It's episode 1. I think if you go back and watch Top Guy Theater episode 1, we didn't have all the kinks worked out. So
Oh
if there's
my
any,
God. It's night and day. It hurts to watch that episode.
yeah, absolutely. So just keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Make
I
any
appreciate it, brother.
make any changes you need to, but kill it. So, and you guys, you can be. It's at Kick Out Crew, right? At
Yes, sir.
Kick Out Crew Pod, right?
Yeah.
The cock pod.
It's both.
The cock pod. It's the cock pod, yeah. And tell El Karai to lay off the booze while he's working.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Let's go over to Brandy, my dear. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I got home from a little quick trip to Anchorage and blowing sideways, gusting winds. It was
Whoa.
fabulous.
Did somebody say
We
blowing?
actually had some screamers this time.
Oh my God. Screamers, did you say?
Yes, we come in for the first approach that I have to abort because the wind comes across the runway like this. So
Oh,
the
geez.
plane is going like this. And we had a few screamers.
See, you're probably used to it, but I'd have been one of
I'm
those
used to it, and it
screamers.
wasn't even that bad.
I hate when there's screamers with a bunch of blowing going on. I hate when that happens.
Oh my God.
That sounds like my type of flight.
Oh Jesus. Oh my God.
The point is, we made it. We landed. It's safe, and I'm happily at home in my own banky, ready for little Top Guy Theater.
I want to say that we always talk about how we're off the rails, but I don't think Top Guy Theater's ever been on them.
Nope.
Yeah.
Say that.
No.
Now we've got Henry the 69th, and I'm sure you all know what he's talking about. You know what I mean, right? And
59.
his bed's behind him, so I'm sure a lot of that was going on with his blow-up doll.
Hey, did you get that patched up, Antonio? Or how,
It's currently at the shop right now.
I
Listen,
didn't realize
there's
it
a
was
shop?
big enough to create holes.
Wait,
I wanted
there's
you
a
to
shop?
know.
There's
I
a
want-
specialty shop that fixes blow-up dolls?
Oh my God.
Sure.
Are you like their number one customer? Do they send you Christmas cards?
I'm their only customer.
Antonio, I wanted you to know that in real life, the belly button is not a hole to penetrate. Okay?
Oh, jeez.
Unless
That's
that
why I
is
wanna
your
get filled up.
Tommy Wiseau and it's the room and it's terrible.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
How are you, Antonio? Not on the bus, so probably good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Enjoying my days off. And that's it.
And alrighty then, that's riveting. Henry.
You really don't know what makes for
Oh,
good
the boob's
television,
out,
do you,
the boob's
Antonio?
I can let these out.
Oh God, the boobs are out.
oh, I'm done. See y'all later.
Okay.
We're not topping that. Good night, everybody.
Antonio equals ratings.
That's very true.
In answer to the question you didn't get to ask, Frank, I'm fantastic. It's nice to see a little bit of color in your face, though, after night 1 of the NFL draft.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny is I got like 3 texts all in a row. Brandy, you were one of them, and you were like, I think it was it either like what or holy shit or what? Because I got what what the fuck? Holy shit. Like, I'm like,
I may have been what the fuck, because I saw it happen
I
on
think you
Twitter. I'm
were.
like, this is a rib.
Yeah.
This is a rib.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I go through and I'm like, they sent, okay, wow.
Right. So I'm like, I can't remember who the first one was, but I read it and I'm like, okay, whatever. The Eagles are on the clock right now. And then next thing you know, it went, there's better trade. And they said the Titans are on the clock. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. And that was it. I was miserable after that. I was a miserable little bitch.
And they come to Buffalo this year.
I'm not, yes, the Titans are in Buffalo. It's not going to be a fun year, I don't think, unless they do something drastic. But I don't want to.
Somebody turns out to actually be someone with talent, or they make some sort of, I don't even know who's on the market anymore.
Oh, Derrick Henry can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And, yeah. I mean, Julio Jones is on the market. Maybe we'll re-sign him. Woohoo! I'm sorry, Henry. I'm totally. As you can tell, I'm bitter.
That's perfectly all right, Frank. I'm actually still working on a piece of the show notes that I forgot, because this would typically fall into Money Mike's purview, but he's not here with us this week. What is it he's doing this week? Anybody actually know? Because I didn't ask him.
I think he's waxing his mom's bush. It's something like that.
So he's on special assignment.
He went to dinner with his mom, so it may end with the night of waxing. I mean, it worked for Buff Bagwell and his mom.
That's a lot of waxing, because that's a big bush.
Shaving his coin purse.
And he knows I love him and I respect him. And yeah, I'm not cutting that. If I officially have my master's degree. I got my grade today, so I'm a master's graduate.
Yeah.
So I'm not cutting anything. I'm just gonna let it go, bro.
Can we just also say that I finished my statistics class with an A-.
Awesome.
923 out of 1,000 possible points.
Yep. See, that's not an easy class because I've taken it.
Oh my God, no, it's not. I missed so many Zooms. Like, a lot of you guys know, we do a lot of Zooms together during the week. There were some weeks where I didn't Zoom at all because I was fucking sitting there doing my damn statistics work.
Yeah, it's not an easy class in any way. And half the time, I don't know when I'm ever going to use that stuff. Who just left?
Adam, I think his sister was calling, or his cousin, or whoever it is he's fucking this week.
I will say that for the first time since we gave Money Mike his own cash course, I'm going to try working with numbers today, and I really don't know how well that's going to work because I'm doing a lot of this on the fly right now as we're recording. Because I may have went a little go overboard with the history today because I didn't actually have to format a show. 2-hour shows are kind of nice in that regard.
It is. You can just say hit play. So we're going to do that in a second, but I do want to check with Phil Jackson, who, I don't know.
Is he dead?
Frank,
his head is shinier now.
Frank, first of all, congratulations on your Masters, but you, sir, this week have achieved an even greater accomplishment, a higher accomplishment, one that none of us thought you could ever achieve. But you crazy son of a bitch, you did it.
Oh my God!
Yes.
ProWrestlingTees.com. You can get your Frank BK T-shirt, and all proceeds for that shirt do go to OAR as part of our charity event, M3 for Charity, June 4th. Get that sexy son of a bitch on your chest right now. Frank, I can't believe you did it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you guys this. There's 2 some of my bitches that bought one already, so
I already know one of them.
Yeah.
Pirates is one of them.
Yeah, Anthony and Mark Nelson.
I'm gonna buy one and wear it to DGW.
He told me Mark told me he was gonna buy it because he called me and he's like, "Is this a rib? Is this for real?" I'm like, "It's real."
Guys, I don't know if you remember this or not. I said back in maybe June or July that I would put that on a T-shirt if we got to 100 subscribers, and technically I waited till we got over 550 to do it. So
I kept waiting for Frank to be like, "Guys, we're banned from PWTs. We're gonna find a new place for our shirts. I'm sorry." No, I kept checking every couple hours the day after, and sure enough, it fucking popped up there. I'm like, are you shitting me?
I hope we sell more of the Madness ones, to be honest with you.
I ordered. I think I ordered 2, one for me and one for my kids. I can't
Hey, you should send a free one to Eddie.
I mean, honestly, I might. So here's
Jesus
a little
Christ.
peek behind the curtain for Top Guy Weekend. The Top Gals are working on doing matching outfits for one day together. And
Can I be the
I might have
inspector?
to make a little magic happen.
Can I be the inspector?
No.
No. Don't take him up on that because he wants to inspect your gadget. He doesn't want to inspect anything else.
No. Because I'm the crafty one of the group, so I'm the one that's kind of putting things together. I have got 6 denim jackets that I need to bedazzle and get all
That's
ready.
Awesome. So, guys, let's get this bitch going, and we're gonna go to the cock. We're gonna go to WCW, and I need everyone to go to season 3, episode 49. It is the December 8th, 1997 edition. Go ahead.
Full disclosure, this week I have not paid a lick of attention to what we were planning on watching or why we were watching it on purpose. I knew it was gonna be a Nitro. That's all I can remember. So I'm going into this 100% blind and really excited to do so.
Me too. Me too.
I watched the first match, and that's as far as I got.
You son of a bitch! Get out of here.
I didn't know what episode it is either. I have no idea what's going on, like in the timeline of WCW. I used to watch back in the day. I was watching along, but I have no idea. So it's going to be fun. My cat, however, she's asleep.
Oh, that pussy's asleep. So it's
only
always
for
fun
2 years.
Oh my god!
Hey, I'll wake it up.
Jesus Christ!
17 minutes, guys. We've been on 17 minutes.
Not only are we off the rails, but we have now fallen over. Like it's like so. Let's
Phil.
Phil, can you map the opening?
Can
I'm not map. Can you
track it or map it? Because I don't do the map.
Henry's like, you son of a bitch.
Wait, time out. I don't want you to do the whole thing.
Car.
I probably should have gimmicked that up. Give me a minute here, because there's a whole thing that from the previous week's Nitro. It's a pain in the ass. We're not watching the December 1st edition to make this make sense.
I want to just hear the dun dun dun.
Highly organized here. We are top.
Yeah, we're having fun. That's the fucking purpose of this. We're having fun. Yeah, we try to be organized, but we're having fun today. And I'm a little bit salty. Not the kind of salt that Adam tasted in Nashville, but Anyway, protein baby. Is everybody ready?
Jesus Christ, Bischoff. There we go. Start it from when you do your track portion, Phil. Start it from 33 seconds.
33 seconds. I can do that.
You'll see them lighting up WCW Monday Nitro on the entrance ramp, probably going down the tunnel.
Give me a wave or a shot or something. You guys always yell at me when I stop tracking. Like, you did it too early.
Do one of these, Henry.
Well, do we want to just start at 33 seconds then?
We can do that.
All right, let's do that. Everybody go to 33 seconds. Everybody listening, I'm sorry. Everybody watching.
This was supposed to be a full show. I fucked it up. That's my bad.
I know. We lost 33 seconds. Hey, if you don't like that, just unsubscribe.
Or go watch the December 1st edition of WCW Monday Nitro, because that bit with Bischoff and J.J. Dillon will probably make a lot more sense than the 30 seconds they start with.
If you're at 33 seconds, you got a very sexy man on your screen right now. And I mean,
Hey,
although that is Lauren's man, if you get near him, she will cut you.
Yes, she will.
Hey, does anybody know what 33 plus 36 is?
Yes.
9.
Number.
Yes, you do.
Exactly.
9. All right. Are we all there?
I'm ready.
All right. And we'll be tracking it at that point in time in 3, 2, 1, play.
It is time for WCW Monday Nitro. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Professional Wrestling #1 program as we come to you from Lake Erie and Buffalo, New York. We are live at the Marine Midland Arena for 2 hours plus more of the #1 program in the world. It's Nitro with World Championship Wrestling. Tony Schiavone, along with the Professor, Iron Mike today, and this week in hour #1 and 2, joined by Bobby the Brain Heenan. As we said before for Monday Nitro. That's how hot World Championship Wrestling is, and these people are interested in just one thing. Some sign of communication from Sting. That remains the question. Will we get it tonight on Nitro? Well, we don't have Larry Zbyszko here in hour one. We saw at the top of the program what JJ said. The match is signed. Larry wants to remain focused. He is not here tonight. He is thinking of one thing. Eric Bischoff and Stargate Green. You hear that, Eric Bischoff? You hear that, buddy boy? That's right. Mr. Zbyszko is getting focused, and he's focusing his anger on you. And we go to the ring. It's time to wrestle this week on WCW.
Well, okay. So I will tell you, every time they would talk about Zbyszko, I would always be like, "Oh, Nabisco."
Nabisco.
It's actually funny as they start the first match. It's worth noting that this same night, WWF would present Raw's War from the Portland Civic Center in Portland, Oregon, in a show that would get a buy rate. I'm talking pay-per-view numbers. I'm not used to doing an actual television show. I apologize. A viewer rate of a 2.99 share rating. Now, in 1997, a buy rate of 1 was the equivalent of about 980,000 homes. So within the entire 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, it saw 2,930,200 viewers. Going back to football for just a second, this same night, the December 8th, 1997 edition of Monday Night Football would feature a riveting barn burner between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. I didn't do enough research to determine who won. I figured it was probably Dallas. Fuck Arlington, Texas. Fuck every single thing it stands for. If Russia wants to start dropping bombs, let them start with Arlington.
Hey,
we won't miss it.
Hey, if we're throwing out fuck yous, fuck James Quello. Hey, how's it going?
Although, however, while we're fucking the Dallas Cowboys franchise, we're going to congratulate and cheer on the Dallas Stars franchise, as well as the Florida Panthers in the NHL playoffs. We want Joe Pavelski or Jumbo Joe Thornton to be able to lift Lord Stanley.
Screw the Stars.
One of the advantages that Monday Night Football had 20 years ago that it doesn't have now is that it was on a major broadcast network. Being on ABC exposed it to more eyeballs than I imagine it gets on ESPN. This game got a rating share of 15.8. A quarter of the country that was watching television on this night watched this game. That translates out to about 15,484,000 different viewers.
You mean 15 million?
Did I say 15,000? I meant 15 million. I apologize. Good catch, Brandy. This episode of Nitro falls in the middle. It had a rating share of 4.24, which was the equivalent of 4,155,200 viewers, which means for the night, Nitro did better than Raw, but the only way for it to do better than Monday Night Football in the back third of the year would be for it to be on network television.
I mean, honestly, I think didn't Monday Night Football always beat wrestling?
I did a little bit more research into 1997 Nielsen ratings, not by choice. I clicked on the wrong link and ended up with numbers. For 1997, Monday Night Football was statistically within the top 15 of the most watched programs for the entire year in 1997.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Which I found kind of amazing that some of the crappy games that they'd put on Monday nights. And to be fair, not every game is crappy, especially not if it's on network television. But this was before the era where they would take the crappy teams and put them at 1 o'clock on Sunday and move the rest of the schedule around the back half of the year.
Riveting match to open Nitro this night. We've got Conan versus Ray Trailer, otherwise known as the Big Boss Man. But he was not that in WCW.
No, are they calling him Big Bubba here?
Yeah,
he came out as Ray Trailer. Said Ray.
Ray Trailer? Okay, because I mean, we talk about people with the man of 1,000 gimmicks. This man was sadly the man of 1,000 gimmick names because he was Big Bubba. He was Big Bubba Rogers. He was Ray Trailer, which is his real name. He was the Guardian Angel. He was the Big Boss Man. Just the boss.
Well, see, I would say in WWE, he was not a man of 1,000 gimmicks. He was the Big Boss.
No, in WCW, he was.
WCW. I remember. And he wrestled at Starrcade 93, and he was the boss. And then WWE got upset and I believe he became the guardian angel. And I think for a while he was the guardian, then he was the angel. He was all sorts of bullshit.
You know, it didn't matter. Every single time I saw him on a WCW screen, I just thought Big Boss Man.
Me too.
I didn't care what graphic was up there. I'm like, it's Big Boss Man versus Conan.
Does that mean Conan's about to go back down to Cobb County, Georgia to do some hard time?
Hard times!
Phil, please don't ever do that again.
Henry, when did you want to factor in Map It here?
I mean, this opening match is so exciting, Frank. Do we really want to cut away from it for me?
Henry, this is your ball game, man. This is from Buffalo.
In my backyard, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's that, or we go to live footage of Sapphire sleeping.
Let's do the segment. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yo ho ho!
Hey!
Blow me down!
Na 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 na.
332 T-Hawk, USS T-Hawk. This is Namcom State Dr. Roger, over.
It helps if, well, my computer's probably running slow. It's probably why I didn't get a catch, because I thought I was still muted. But Tony Schiavone did a better intro to this place than I can. We start tonight from what was then called the main Midland Arena in Buffalo, New York. It's now called the KeyBank Center. It's been open since 1996 and replaced the old Buffalo Memorial Auditorium. The building itself is the primary home of the Buffalo Sabres of the National Hockey League and the Buffalo Bandits of the National Lacrosse League. The Sabres and the Bandits have shared this building, much as they did the Buffalo Memorial Auditorium, since the Bandits came into existence in 1991. This building was the host of several other WCW events, including 2 more episodes of Monday Nitro and the final edition of WCW Fall Brawl, which would take place about 3 years from here, September 17th, 2000, by which point WCW had completely come off the rails and was no longer a viable entity. It's also played host to such WWE events as the WWE reincarnation of the Great American Bash, Armageddon, and Night of Champions, and as recently as 2 weeks ago was the home of WWE Monday Night Raw. The Sabres and the Bandits are both owned by Pagula Sports and Entertainment, who are also the primary principal owners of the Buffalo Bills franchise, though that team does not play within the city limits of Buffalo, New York. Let's see here. Within my research, because I know very, very little about hockey or lacrosse, the KeyBank Center was home to part of the 1999 edition of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Dallas Stars, that Randy mentioned so eloquently a few minutes ago, would beat the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo 4-2 in the middle of 1999. And then 6 months later, one of the people I'm going to talk about here in just a couple minutes would take to his grave the idea that the Tennessee Titans robbed the Buffalo Bills in the Music City Miracle. But I'm going to get to that a little later. The Buffalo Bandits began their life in the National Indoor Lacrosse League, the predecessor organization to the National Lacrosse League, in 1992. They are the longest tenured franchise in that league to still play in the same city. In their first 2 years of existence, they won. They were the grand champions, which they are the only franchise to do that. Let me keep going through my notes here. The city of Buffalo, New York itself is known by some as the Queen City on the Lakes, the city of good neighbors. I've even heard some people call it the Queen City of the North. It was founded in 1832, sits along the coast of Lake Erie, and is the capital of Erie County, New York. It is the second largest city statewide and the largest city in upstate New York, with 278,349 people as of the last census 2 years ago. That number makes it second statewide because, frankly, everybody in upstate New York combined probably doesn't outnumber the number of people in New York City, and it makes it the 78th biggest city overall. In doing a little bit more research, I found some rather famous names that came from the city of Buffalo. And since I mentioned a Music City Miracle a minute ago, I'm going to start with a surprising one. Former host of NBC's Meet the Press and South Buffalo native Tim Russert was from the city of Buffalo. As was, hold on just a second, host of the CNN Situation Room, Wolf Blitzer, Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, the Honorable John Roberts. David Boreanaz is actually from Buffalo, New York. I didn't know that before I started doing my research for this show. Famous for such shows as Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Bones, probably a bunch of others, but those were the only two I remembered. The late Rick James was also from the city of Buffalo, New York.
It's Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle did that, not Rick James. I'm not
Rick James,
giving
For fun. Fuck off.
Dave Chappelle's not from Buffalo, New York. Dave Chappelle wants to claim that he was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. The next time I talk about Rick James, I will say Rick James, bitch.
You just said it.
You just said
fuck
it.
yourself, Phil.
It was beautiful too. Like, bitch.
Rick James, bitch.
What an odd thing to say to the face.
Other people who call the city of Buffalo home are former three-time WCW World Television Champion, three-time Golden Gloves winner, and one-time Intercontinental Champion Mark Merrow, who people probably remember from his WCW days as Johnny B. Bad, and former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Lex Luger. I probably should have started with the wrestlers and not Tim Russert, but oh well.
Just do what you do, Henry. It doesn't matter where you start.
Buffalo, New York was also home of a president, former President Grover Cleveland, who is unique in that he is the first person to serve non-consecutive terms. Wasn't born in Buffalo. He was actually born in New Jersey, but he spent most of his adult life within the city of Buffalo. He was the Erie County Sheriff. He was a one-time governor of the state of New York, and he ran for president 3 times, winning twice. He was the first person to win the popular vote 3 times, a record that he would hold until another New Yorker, Franklin Roosevelt, would run for a 4th successful election in 1944.
Was he the one that got stuck in the bathtub, or was that Taft?
That was William Howard Taft.
You mean got stuck or died in?
No, he got stuck in the bathtub. He could not get out of the White House bathtub.
That was William Howard Taft, I think.
That must have been.
And I think he was from Ohio.
Oh my God, we have another barn burner of a match. I'm sorry, Steve, Mono McMichael, and Ming.
Yeah.
Then I'm still good to keep going for a second here.
Oh yeah, you got a good few minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to highlight a couple of former Buffalo Bills players because like I said at the beginning, I know jack shit about hockey. And I do have blurbs on 2, but I think I'm only going to stick with one. Buffalo was the longtime home of former Congressman and Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Jack Kemp. Jack Kemp began his playing career in the National Football League with the Detroit Lions in 1957 and would play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, the New York Football Giants of the National Football League, the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. He would also play for the Los Angeles/San Diego Chargers and the Buffalo Bills of the AFL. Jack Kemp is unique that he is the only quarterback to take the Buffalo Bills to and to win a world championship, doing so in 1964 and 1965 before the beginning of the Super Bowl era the next year. He was a longtime, once his playing days were over, he was a longtime congressman that represented a district that included the city of Buffalo, which he called his home, until he became the 9th Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under former President George Bush. In 1996, the swan song of his political career, he would be the vice presidential nominee of the Republican Party alongside presidential contender Bob Dole. Bob Dole. After losing, Kemp would go on to champion more causes until he lost his life in May of 2009. That same year, alongside such dignitaries as Billie Jean King, the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Broadway and silver screen actor Sidney Poitier, Thank you.
Yeah.
Physicist Stephen Hawking and former U.S. Senator from Massachusetts Ted Kennedy, President Barack Obama would bestow upon Kemp the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is, I think, a first for anybody that's played for the Buffalo Bills. I know with the team history. I know there was a gentleman that went off to Vietnam and died while he was still an active member of the roster. I think he also holds the distinction of being the only NFL player to ever go off to war and die while an active member of his team.
Oh yeah, well, an active member of his team.
What about
wasn't active when he?
I think Pat Tillman asked for his release before he went to Afghanistan.
You're right.
Yeah,
But
he left.
The Bills player I'm thinking of, I don't remember his name. He was still an active member of the roster when he lost his life in Vietnam.
I believe Phil is sleeping with his eyes open right now. Just go ahead.
Pretty much.
Let me see if there was anything more of note I wanted to include. And to be more modern, I also wanted to talk a little bit about Bruce Smith. So far as I know, Bruce Smith lives in Virginia, where he grew up and went to Virginia Tech, where he was a two-time – I can't read my own handwriting. He was a two-time All-American. He was the number 1 pick in the 1985 NFL draft selected by the Buffalo Bills. In 19 seasons of play, 15 of them with the Bills, 4 of them with the Washington football team, he would amass an NFL record 200 sacks, which nobody is probably ever going to touch, no matter how many games they play in a year. He was an 11-time Pro Bowl selection. He was an 8-time first-team selection for the All-Pro side. He was selected to the second team of All-Pros twice. That's all selected by members of the media. He was part of all 4 of the Super Bowl teams. He was Defensive Player of the Year twice, the first time in 1990, the second time in 1996, both while he was with the Bills, and he was part of the NFL's 100th anniversary team. In August of 2009, Smith was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame alongside former Buffalo Bills owner and founder Ralph Wilson. And Bruce Smith seems like a hell of a guy because every year at Halloween, he sets up a little graveyard with all of the people that he sacked, or all the quarterbacks that he sacked. He was on the news last year around Halloween time, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And since I can tell that I've put Phil to sleep.
Well, just a couple more things, because I helped Henry with his research for this part. If y'all don't know, I'm a mega nerd. Bruce Smith was also inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2006. He was also part of the NFL All 80s, or the 80s and the 90s All-Decade teams.
His number was retired by the Bills franchise in September of 2016, which I believe, if my memory serves me right, makes him either the first or second. I can't remember if they retired.
They currently have 3 that are retired.
The other 2 being Jim Kelly, who we're going to see alongside Bruce Smith later in this episode of Monday Nitro, and Thurman Thomas. But I don't think they retired either one of them before Ralph Wilson died. I really don't know. I didn't go that.
Let me take a look. I'm checking.
Hey, Henry, do you know there's another wrestler that was born in Buffalo, New York that was an ECW champion? Do you know?
Sandman, right?
Nope.
Tommy Dreamer.
Nope.
Rob Van Dam.
Nope. Mikey Whipwreck.
Really?
Yeah.
I had the mic part right. Does that conclude?
I knew that. That does. Well, Brandy's looking for something, but that concludes everything I had.
All right. So Jim Kelly's number was retired first. That was retired November 19th of 2001. And Thurman Thomas was third, and that was retired October 30th, 2018. They also have reduced circulation for the numbers 44, 66, and 83.
Andre Reed.
I want to say the last player that used that was a bad-looking pile driver.
Yeah, that was really unsafe.
Well, no offense. I mean, I know
to wear 83 was Lee Evans the third, but he received permission to do so.
Oh yeah, I
Andre
forgot about
Reed.
that.
No. We know Mongo is in the fight for his life right now, but
yeah,
he's wasn't a very good wrestler. I'm sorry to say.
No,
he was more a football player than he was wrestler.
He's too experienced of a wrestler to use that move.
Here's a question though. You know, wrestler, as shitty as he was, the dude had charisma for days. Yep. I mean, he was great to listen to. He was great to watch. You know, he was a partier. He fit well with the Horsemen. Let's throw this guy. What happens if he's in a power plant for a year before he debuts? How much higher is his stock for WCW?
Oh God, here comes this idiot.
Oh God, it's just going infernal. Let's talk about this idea.
Don't disparage the good goddamn name of Disco
What?
Inferno.
Can we
I
not-
will talk about and talk
Can we
shit about
track
this overhyped, overrated, classless jobber who wouldn't have done jack shit if he was in the 80s or if he was in today's wrestling, because he rode on the coattails of everybody else who was in the organization, and the only fucking move he had was.
Which,
by the way, I can do too. So fuck you, Glenn Gilberty. Fuck you.
Let's hear what he has to say, Phil. Let's track this.
Yes, can we track it? Yes.
This is what you asked me out here for? That's exactly what I wanted you out here for. Gee, first of all, Jackie was a no-win situation. You know it, I know it, and all these people know it. It was a joke. There was no way I could win that thing. And as you're talking about these guys in the back, they don't have any respect for the Disco Inferno. They don't know which restroom I want to go to. What is this garbage? There's a lot of questions about it. If anybody has anything to say to me, they can come and say it to my face. I'm sick and tired of hearing all this stuff about all these people saying, talking behind my back. I'm fed up with it. But I'm telling you, Gene, take it all away. I don't want to hear it again. Thank you, Disco Inferno. Nitro's live from Buffalo.
He's still the same right now today.
Brandy,
Brandy,
why the heat, Brandy, with Glenn?
So he was running his mouth again because he likes to make fun of everything Dave Meltzer says, which I'm fine with. But then he wants to go and take a shot at a 15-second clip of Joshi wrestling, of women's wrestling.
Oh boy.
And no, because it was a very specific subset. Please let me fucking finish.
Okay.
A specific subset of Joshi wrestling called high speed, in which the girls are moving very fast, and they pulled a referee in as a part of a comedy bit to mess around with the high speed, the running of the ropes, make it a little more interesting. And people are jumping all down his throat because, first of all, you're a piece of shit. What the fuck do you know? And second of all, there's no one right way to have wrestling. And of course, Kenny Omega got into it with a fan who was on Disco's side. But basically, Disco's talking out his ass. He's a class grade A douchebag who's got zero talent and, quite frankly, zero intelligence. So, yeah, fuck you.
Now that we got that out of the way, I was trying to stop Brandy. I forgot that Buff goes this long. There's something I want to track here in just a second, Phil.
Just track it where we're at. Track it where we're at now.
Track it where we're at now.
100th of the man everybody says he is, which I know he isn't. Then he'll accept the challenge of Buff Bagwell here tonight. I guarantee you, if he is back in the locker room area listening, he's going to be chomping at the bit. You know why I know he can't beat me? Why? Because I'm Buff and I'm in Buffalo.
Oh, never mind.
All right, Tony, apparently...
That's not what I wanted to track, by the by, but that was kind of cool.
I believe they're trying to cut off the circulation of the brain. He has challenged Lex Luger and...
So, Brandy, you don't like Jim Cornette either, do you?
No. Jim and I have very different points of view when it comes to wrestling. I agree with him on certain things. There are things that I agree with him on. But when it comes talking about Japanese wrestling and women's wrestling in particular, they don't know their fucking asshole from a hole in the ground or wristwatch from a wrist lock. Oh, yeah. And they really should know what they're talking about before they run their mouth.
I'm
but
glad
they
you
don't, because quite frankly, I don't expect them to, because quite frankly, that would require way too much brain power.
I'm glad you don't listen to the drive-through then, or the experience.
Hey, there is 1997 Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Wrestler of the Year, the Iceman, Dean Malenko in the ring.
To me,
I love Dean Malenko. Speaking of great grapplers, great wrestlers, people who are respected and well-loved, and currently a producer in AEW, Dean Malenko.
Are we back to staring at Frank's cackophone for the rest of the stream?
Oh, can I not lean, but can I not be comfortable? Like, we're not sitting here in fucking suit and ties and trying to get a million people to suck our chaunches. So I'm just sitting back enjoying the show.
You know,
and here comes Prince Iakea
Incidentally,
Sexual of WCW.
You know what current champion right now reminds me so much of Dean Malenko?
Who?
Current ROH champion Jonathan Gresham.
Love him. Love Jonathan
yeah,
Gresham.
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful comparison. Absolutely agree.
Love it.
what I was looking for to track, and I may very well have talked over it, at one point they're going to go back to the booth, and the crowd, while they're waiting for something to happen, starts an organic weasel chant, which I don't remember ever seeing in WCW.
I don't remember it so much in WCW. I know it happened in WWF quite often.
And
Usually
Buffalo
when
was within the old territory of the WWF, and it popped me, and I laughed. I was hoping to find it again, but it's possible I talked
things
over
that
it.
make us laugh. We see Charles Robinson is your referee for this evening in this match, and he looks exactly the fucking same in 1997 as he does right now in 2022, except for now his hair's longer.
Hey,
And he's a little more wrinkled.
I'm still slightly behind on all AFS podcasts, but I'm getting damn close to being caught up. But I was listening to a recent 83 Weeks where Eric Bischoff talked about how he doesn't get wrestlers that wrestle barefoot, and I got to go with him on this one. It frightens me, like if you're on steel or something goes wrong, like wrestling barefoot just right. Hell, walking around my house frightens me. I can step on a Lego, but fucking wrestling barefoot. I mean,
right? I mean, there's so many wrestlers that are known for it, like Kevin Von Erich wrestles. Kevin Von Erich wrestled barefoot. One of his sons wrestles barefoot. Miro used to wrestle barefoot in his early WWE days. Yokozuna. But as we found out with Rusev or Miro, wrestling barefoot leaves you extremely susceptible to foot and ankle injury. So yes, do not recommend. Kids, if you're going to wrestling, either wear wrestling shoes or a lost art these days, wear actual wrestling boots.
So let me ask you guys this then. What do you guys think the motivation for someone to wrestle barefoot is? I mean, I get some of it, like Miro or when it was Rusev, is a gimmick. It's like, hey, I would wrestle barefoot. That's what my character would do. But what about someone like a Riddle? Which, Brady, I know you're not a huge fan of Riddle, so I don't want to beat his horse too much. But I don't get what's the psychology behind it.
I wonder too.
Well, Riddle is a former UFC fighter.
Yeah,
so
he was an MMA fighter, so it's just natural for him.
Okay, so Brock Lesnar, by that logic, should wrestle barefoot.
I don't know.
Sometimes they'd use the trope of they're a savage, like Umaga wrestled barefoot. Same with Yokozuna. He's not civilized. He's an animal. That's one trope. Another is, I think, with Prince Iaukea, they're making fun of the fact that he's from like an island nation. Jimmy Snuka used to wrestle barefoot.
Right. Yeah, like the Islanders, like my buddy Cabana Man.
Yeah, they wrestle barefoot. So that's playing off of that trope of, they're savage, they're not civilized. They don't know what shoes are.
Real quick, Jimmy Snuka was a savage, though.
Well, yes, because he murdered a woman.
But
that didn't have any regard on whether or not he wore shoes.
Yeah, though Riddle has the advantage because he's more lighter. He can move more. Like if Brock wrestled barefoot, he's more at high risk for a major foot injury.
Right. Someone like a Prince Iaukea, I'm not that worried about him wrestling barefoot because, like Riddle, he's a smaller person. And it doesn't have any, whereas someone like a Miro, like a Umaga, Yokozuna, there's a weight thing which could definitely hurt you in that you can more easily be hurt. But yes, please, kids, if you're going to get into wrestling, wear shoes, wear boots, protect your feet.
Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Always wear underwear.
Oh yeah, that too.
And always have a
Please
condom.
don't come back out not wearing underwear.
Go ahead.
I know that some people wear like the Usos. They wear the regular tennis shoe. Oh my god, I can't think now. Oh my god. Kevin. Oh my God, that's a lot of vanilla.
So
I think I'm going to hurl.
I think Dean Malenko was born 15 years too early into the wrestling business. If you were wrestling today, that dude, I mean, yes, he lacked the charisma, but we're in.
Hello, ladies.
There we
Oh
go.
my God, hold on.
As far as wrestling goes today, I think based off of his in-ring ability, Dean Malenko would have been much higher up on the card and in status than he was during this era, you know, because his lack of spermies is what kept him from being at the top.
My
sorry,
hands are somewhere right now.
Dean Malenko.
Oh
Jesus
my God!
Christ,
Never mind. Never mind.
Frank is going crazy on the banners.
Never mind. It went down.
Frank, if you're going to plug yourself naked, plug the shirt. Plug the shirt. Plug the shirt.
Do you get a Randy on mute?
You're lucky because I was gonna come back with just a little bit of peek at the below garden.
No.
Randy got on mute.
Randy's cutting a promo on somebody.
I know.
No, I was saying that if you'd like to have your own Nitro party, please send your audition tape to 1 CNN Center, P.O. Box 60, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303.
See, the problem with that is they advertise Mean Gene Okerlund will be there, and unfortunately, Mean Gene Okerlund has gone to call those great wrestling matches in the sky alongside Gorilla Monsoon and Gordon Soley, amongst a host of others. They were the only two I could immediately draw off the top of my head. And I'm sorry, that just ruins it. I love Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone to death, but if I send them a tape and they decide they want to do an AEW watch party, they've advertised Gene Okerlund, and that's what I want.
I mean, if y'all want an AEW watch party, join Tony Schiavone's WHW Patreon. Any level, you get access to his Rampage Zooms. We get together every week that it is not live and watch Rampage together. It's really fun, and you might get to see some interesting jokes happen. Antonio's life was made last night.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, join WHW Patreon. Come hang out with us on Fridays.
Words were thrown around, such as vagina cake, cream filled, Tony dying laughing, and that's it.
I have a bitch. WWE's on.
What's their name?
Hold on.
We broke Henry.
No, you didn't, because I was waiting to see where they were going next after that promo. And if you look at your screens right now, if you're watching along with us, you see two Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly, and beside him, at the time still an active player of the Buffalo Bills, Mr. Bruce Smith. I'm surprised they didn't put them hard camera.
Did
Well,
they even put Bruce Smith's name up, or just Jim Kelly?
Yeah, this is why I have heat with WCW and Tony Schiavone. You honor Jim Kelly. Man, never won a Super Bowl in his life.
Now, let's hear this NWO from y'all.
But I don't want to.
Have a point you want to prove. The fact of the matter is, big man, that I'm the true giant. I'm the true giant professional wrestler. You may be bigger, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not who's the biggest, it's who's the best. I'm by far the best big man the sport has ever seen. Giant, 6 months ago, I hit you with a baseball bat at Daytona Beach. You didn't want none of me then. You found out that I had a knee operation, then you went on national TV and called me out because you knew I wasn't at 100%. Well, Giant, let's make a match. Starcade, you and me. Giant versus Giant. It's real simple. But you know what, Giant? This time you're in. That's right. You're one-dimensional. You've got a choke slam. Paul and I have taken care of that. That's right. Now you don't have that. You have nothing. You'll be the biggest lamb ever going to slaughter. And Kevin Nash, I'm at the top of my game. You'll find out why I'm just. See you in Washington, D.C., Giant.
I don't know what it is about Kevin Nash talking, but I feel like if I were a female, my panties would drop when I heard his voice.
See, listening to that promo gives me the opposite effect. I felt like I was listening to Hulk Hogan circa 1991.
Oh, shit. Let me pull my pants up. Sorry. My pants.
Oh my god.
Oh, chubbing up a little bit. Blood was flowing.
Whoa.
I think Kevin Nash is in my top 5 guys I'd like to sit down at a bar with for an hour and talk to, because I've heard he is just the smoothest, charmingest motherfucker to talk to.
Get him a nice bottle of red wine.
I know.
And he will stay with you until it's
Kevin
gone.
Nash. Henry, I invented charmingest for Kevin Nash specifically.
He was on last week's show too.
What, back
He
when?
was.
1999?
Not Kevin Nash, the Giant.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Oh, did he fight Mankind?
Boiler Room Brawl.
Yeah, that was the Boiler Room Brawl.
Yeah. All right. Don't, please.
I'm
Look,
so
look,
glad
look,
that I'm not the only one that forgets what we've covered.
He's breathing
So
heavy
I feel that.
from walking to the ring, probably because he was smoking 6 cigarettes simultaneously before he walked out there. Remember when they started letting him walk to the ring while smoking?
Smoking a cigarette?
That was nuts.
Oh,
He was
that was
mental
insane.
while smoking a cigarette.
Do we want to track this too, Phil? Because it seems like this was WCW Monday interviews.
No, I'm good with this. Hogan! Kevin Nash! I'm going to tell you right now.
You're not going to throw me off a building this time.
I am the biggest giant, and I'll show you. Ah!
I did not understand a word you said.
The
Right now I'm
dexterity.
showing everyone my pussy.
Whoa, why? Hey, all right.
Oh, I hear it purring.
Let's enjoy.
Oh, see, I'm reading the
Green.
private chat, and I misread Horno Club and thought it was Horny Club.
Why does it look like Brandy's?
Honor
Never
Club.
mind.
Oh, it's always good when Brandy pets then blows her pussy.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Where's a
Michael
good weasel
McClanahan
champion
must be
meter?
rolling over in the waxing of his mama's gina. I'm telling you.
Hey!
I love you, Michael. You know that.
There are beautiful women on the screen. You be quiet.
So, everyone, favorite Nitro girl, go.
The one that
Kimberly.
married Shawn Michaels.
Whisper.
Yes, I whisper.
Kimberly.
That one out there.
The
Kimberly.
one standing in the middle, it was mine. There you go, right there.
Her, yeah.
Stacy
I think
Keebler.
Oh my
You
God.
know that I forgot. I changed my answer. I forgot she was a Nitro girl.
Mine's still Kimberly. I mean, her shoot last name is Bacon. She's a hot woman, and her name is Bacon.
Is it,
Bacon.
was it
Her
just
last name
me?
is Bacon.
Was it just me, or was the Hustler shoot with her and DDP just really fucking weird because DDP was in it?
It was weird.
Yeah.
I
Phil,
still got blood flow.
can we track this for just a second?
Yep, let's do it.
Has just gotten bigger. The Giant and Kevin Nash
My dick.
aside. You know, I was racking my brain during the commercial break, and I agree with you, Tony. I don't ever recall 2 men of that size, 7'4", 450, the Giant, the biggest athlete in pro sports, against 7-footer Kevin Nash. I guess at Starcade, we'll get the question answered finally. Who is the best big man in the sport today?
Throughout your career, can you remember 2 bigger men getting in the ring against each other?
I can not remember a bigger card, a bigger match, or anything like this. They are the 2 biggest men in professional sports, and I've never seen or heard of 2 men that size, that big, getting in the ring at one time. There never was 2 men that size.
Let's
That's a simple
not lose
reason.
focus of the sight that Kevin Nash is a member, a 7-footer of the NWO. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago on this program, once again making a mockery of Sting. Let's show the footage to the fans once again.
You're really looking for that Weasel chant, aren't you?
I am.
The
Oh,
wiener
my God.
chant. What?
Wieners.
Weasel. Oh, Weasel.
Don't get Frank started again. You talk about wieners. He's pulling his shirt up again. Ratings go down.
He's got that.
Well, now-
he had that
he
said a
won't-
second
he
ago.
won't
Hulk
do it
Hogan
again.
with his shirt on.
I guarantee you he won't do it again.
You're right. I won't. You know what kills me is that everyone was surprised when the 7-foot Sting was actually Kevin Nash.
What?
Wait a minute.
Right? Because I mean, Sting is tall. Sting's like 6'3", 6'4". Like he's a big dude, but he's not 7 feet tall. And you can't teach that.
Oh, I'm kind of proud of Morrissey for how he's come along, at least personally. I haven't seen too much of what he's done since then, but he's about to have an AEW appearance coming up. As pardon me. Wow, words. As the hitman for, again, words.
On Spears.
English. It's called
Victory to the
English.
Soviet Union.
Watching Chris Benoit just really makes me feel like I'm choking.
Right, it's
Probably
uncomfortable.
why. Are you and Phil mind melding because he makes you feel like you're choking, and all of a sudden Phil couldn't talk?
I just feel like I'm hanging from some dumbbells. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, look, I mean,
Oh my god. Too soon.
No.
And then I just feel like I'm looking up, rotting in hell.
No.
Yep.
No.
I look at him as a performer-based person. I don't look at the name or nothing. I just look at what he did in the ring. That's
Yeah, no, I
all
got
can
you.
look at.
I like the WCW version of. I like.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Frank.
It's
What's it doing in the
been
shiny
15
pants?
years. Is it too soon? I mean, we still clearly.
I mean, what happened is fucking terrible, horrible, but you just can't deny how good he was back then.
Frank, you're sitting here disparaging Chris Benoit when we have a first-class world talent like Lodi in the ring about the
Oh my god.
Fucking Lodi. I loved the Ravens flock thing, but they were all jobbers, and Raven was like
more like Raven's flock.
Billy Kidman wasn't a jobber.
They were the WCW version of the Job Squad.
and Raven's flock was a jobber.
What?
He hadn't married Tori Wilson yet, so therefore he had not yet achieved his greatest achievement.
Jesus Christ.
Is the Ravens
He
flock?
still had that shooting star press, though.
It is Purdy.
So who's the bigger overachiever, David Flair or Billy Kidman?
Billy Kidman, because he actually put the ring on it.
And she said,
You know what I secretly wonder? Since we're probably not going to be able to air most of this anyway, I'm just going to ask. Did Ric Flair tap that before David Flair did?
At the same time.
The Nature Boy.
If I had my guess, it was at the same time. They did the letter H.
You all talking like I'm actually. Oh my god. My god. Y'all talk like I'm actually going to edit, so.
Was there eye contact during the letter H?
Oh my god.
More than likely, yeah. More than likely.
Oh god.
Probably some high fiving too. Thanks,
Oh.
Dad.
So are you saying that Tori Wilson could talk? Wait, who
Good
is
job, son.
Casey Keebler.
So you mean to tell me Stacy? No. Stacy Keebler could actually.
That is the funniest fucking thing that has ever come out of your mouth. In the almost 2 years I have known you, sir. That's fucking funny.
I try.
So
good job, Adam.
So Stacy Keebler could actually turn around to David Flair and say, "That's not how your dad would do it."
Hey, that's not. No,
Wow.
no. What she said was, "I see where he gets it from."
Oh.
Wow.
Somebody's going for a ride on Space Mountain.
Can we talk about the fact that the move that's going to be happening right now is one of the reasons why this man had so many concussions?
Yep.
Now that part is hard to watch.
Yep.
Talk about the fact that there's a guy that looks like Antonio out on the crowd in the high
Hey, go-
camera.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, I think we're all hard up and horny, so we will.
Boy, Raven,
Scotty Riggs,
Timber,
Van Hammer.
Scotty Riggs. That's what I couldn't recognize as Scotty
Van
Riggs.
Hammer tried to single-handedly save WCW.
He did. WCW's still there, right? Oh wait, no, it went out of business.
I gotta say, that's Henry's future in the Hollywood bandana in the lower corner.
Henry, I will personally give you $100 at Top Guy Weekend if you wear the Van Hammer outfit that he is wearing right now.
I see Chris Benoit on my TV.
No. Go back and look at Van Hammer's outfit with the one nip hanging out and the leather pants. You need to wear that to Top Guy Weekend.
I want $100 for every hour I stay in that outfit.
Oh, no. Just Either $100 or a fancy dinner.
As fancy as I want.
As fancy as $100 can afford.
$100 would buy a lot of hot dogs.
Oh my God.
We'll be in Chicago. You get the good hot dogs in Chicago.
No, you gotta
Fuck you, good hot dogs in Chicago. Though I will say a Chicago dog is delicious. There's absolutely nothing in this world better than street meats in Manhattan when it comes to hot dogs.
Whoa.
And I will die on this hill.
That's
Is that what the sex workers are calling themselves now?
Street meats?
I can't say from experience because I've never been on the street looking for meat.
Was there a meat called kakalash?
No, but there was one at Wrigley Field called Doug's. What was it? Doug's Wieners or something.
You said
I think so.
Yes, Doug's sausages.
That's it. Doug's sausages. That's it.
There were two. The last Top Guy weekend, there were two places I wanted to eat: Giordano's, which I did, and the hot dog chain.
Wiener Schnitzel?
Anyway,
we went to the Chicago that's in Germany, apparently.
I have a hat. I love wieners from Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh my!
It's a really popular hot dog chain in Chicago, but Giordano's. Everyone I talked to was like, you have to get Giordano's. You have to. And so finally, I think it was Saturday evening. I ordered Giordano. No, it doesn't matter. I ordered it. I'm waiting for it to show up. And I get a medium fucking pizza. And I finally got to the lobby and I grabbed this thing. And my arm, I grabbed it. It goes, phew. That thing weighed like 5 freaking pounds. And it was a medium pizza. That was 3 meals for me.
Why didn't you share?
I thought we were talking about.
I share with my roommate.
I thought we were talking about wieners. I was about to ask you if you got the foot long.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, beautiful. Oh no, wait a second. That's Ric Flair. Never
Hey,
mind.
is he coming out after the tag team there? Is he like, yeah, just tag team?
Imagine
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
You know what I find amazing is that this is clearly WWF territory, yet the crowd looks like they're ready to push over the barricades just to touch Ric Flair.
They'll probably trip.
What?
Somebody probably caused a stampede to kill Jim Kelly.
Portillo's. That was the hot dog place, Portillo's.
Was it good?
Oh, it was fantastic.
I will say this. There was one thing in Chicago I wish I'd tried hot, and it was deep dish pizza. I still haven't properly tried a Chicago-style pizza, and I want to.
Get it?
Henry, I told you to keep spanking me, and I would have been plenty hot.
Oh, okay.
And we all know Frank Bruno is deep dish.
I tried that in Washington, Frank, but you fell asleep before we could do anything else.
Yeah, okay, but before my head hit the pillow, you were shirtless and snoring, brother.
the exploits guys. And by the way, if I'm not there or if I'm not alive next weekend, it's because I went to Las Vegas with Mark Nelson. And that was my first mistake, is agreeing to go.
I told you, Brandy, once you look in those eyes, you're vulnerable.
Brandy, I'm going to make a suggestion to you. Do what he did to you. Remove his pants and just start jerking it.
Oh, my God.
Because once you start jerking it, the blood flow is going to happen, and he's just going to sit back and say, okay.
You got to start jerking the gherkin.
What about me in Chicago?
They don't make
if she wants to
tweezers
do
that
that to you
thin.
in Chicago, she can. Henry the 69th.
I'll be walking around. Pants optional.
No.
Yes.
If you do that, we're taking a field trip to Chicago proper, and I'm putting you in the river.
Oh, hang on.
No, there's a river right behind us.
Henry,
Columbia
you're
River.
not going to try to bone Lindsay?
Hang on. The last time
Wait, who?
last Top Guy weekend, when they took a field trip to Chicago, they were running really fucking late getting back. That was a disaster. I didn't go, but I heard it was a disaster. Right?
The Ubers weren't running or were very slow, and I'm fairly certain that's one of the places I was like, God, if I was ever going to get COVID, I would right now when I was in the fucking biting my fingernails after touching all these surfaces.
Oh,
I thought for sure I was going to get COVID when we were in the arena, and then you get COVID, and then Carl gets COVID.
Wonderful.
And I'm like, if you and Carl both get COVID,
oh my
it
God.
is like I thought for sure, like, It's gonna happen.
Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson. This is the thing. Again, going back to the little. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So, gee, I wonder why. It's
Hold
not.
on.
It's
I have a question.
It's nice to know why my
Somebody's
the
getting
truth finally
stretched.
comes out as to
Hold on.
why I was being stopped talking to. But I didn't
Somebody's
know.
getting stretched.
What's up? What's up, Henry?
What is hamstringing?
Question. That means I'm gonna find your hamstring in your calf and then remove all of the flesh from your leg.
Kinky.
It won't stop me.
Man.
No, when I'm
What are
done
we doing,
hamstringing you, then I'm gonna go for your favorite body part.
So I'm assuming they're a couple.
What, Frank's wiener? That's Antonio's
Not
favorite body
officially.
part.
Hey,
Not
hey.
officially, but they sleep in the same bed.
I
They
told
fuck,
you that in
and,
confidence, Adam.
even though that's that person is somebody that she would never want to be with again. Lip service, flapping the fucking gums.
So how about them Eagles?
So
Right?
Oh, I'm deep dish delicious. I am triple D. I'm diners, drive-ins, and dives.
So
Diners,
Henry,
drive-ins, and dives. That's awesome.
Henry, my
We
value.
should, you know what we should do? We should see if there are any triple
did I
D
do?
joints
Something
that are
about an orgy?
near Chicago.
Oh,
I am actually. I learned my lesson from last time. I'm coming in a day early. I know, Brandon, you're going to be like all fucking week. But
I'm gonna be there fucking Wednesday. Okay, Top Guy weekend starting on Friday. I'm getting there fucking Wednesday.
actually, Top Guy weekend. I thought it was Saturday when the day started. It was Saturday, Sunday.
Friday night, all day, all
Yes,
day
but
Saturday.
this year it's gonna be Friday, Saturday because the pay-per-view is gonna be on Sunday.
But
I wish I'd watched into the second hour of this show because I just missed something that would have really.
Is that Jim
popped
Kelly
me.
right there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair said something nice about him, and he's bowing in the ring, and that makes me happy. I think he did that for the hometown crowd. Say whatever else you want about Ric Flair as a human being, especially in the last few months. That's an act of class right there.
Oh yeah.
Was Jim Kelly retired at this point or no?
He retired. I actually think he retired in this year. Let me.
97.
Yeah, because I think Frank Reich took over at this time, or was it Todd Collins?
No, Frank Reich had already made his way to Carolina.
Oh, so it was Todd Collins then.
The plethora of quarterbacks that would lead us first to Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then Tyrod Taylor, and then Josh Allen.
Wait, I thought Dan Marino. Never mind.
Antonio, I swear to Almighty God, if you start that, I'm getting in my car and I'm coming up to Rochester and I'm gonna kick your ass.
I got to see if I got to book my own hotel now because I don't know. I don't know if the person I'm supposed to be rooming with isn't even talking to me anymore. So
Frank, you actually forgot we were supposed to room together.
I know I did.
So if your roomie drops, I'm still all in to room with you.
Right, I got to find out.
I'm still only about my wife. I don't think my wife's going to decide for sure if she's coming to like a month before like last time.
Speaking of wives, I'd like to call out somebody from Kickout Crew who I won't say exactly who, but he texted me and said, "Man, after you release that shirt, my wife wants to jump your bones." Wait, how many of? Oh, so there's only a couple. There's only 2 people on there that.
Only 3 of them are married.
Okay.
So how many, can you say how many of the other shirt?
Well, 2 are married, 1's engaged.
There's two of each have sold so far. But again, yeah, we got it. We're still on the. We still got to promote more and stuff. So
Henry's raising his finger and it is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think, if I remember correctly, and Wikipedia kind of bears that out, I think Jim Kelly retired at the end of the 1996 season, which probably would have been sometime in early 1997. But if all of this is true, I'm going to keep going here. After sitting out the 1997 season, in 1998, Kelly seriously considered an offer to sign with the Baltimore Ravens, who were coached by former Bills offensive coordinator Ted Marchibroda. But he declined the offer due to family reasons. I believe in that same frame of time, his son Hunter was born, and because of the medical condition that he was.
Look at Macho Man. Oh, Kelly. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, he's
there you go.
Look at him.
Bruce Smith. Oh. 2 random fans getting in there too. Wow.
The security
I
guard.
think those random fans got in there because Jim Kelly started swinging at somebody.
You know, and the security guard
Oh,
like,
there you go. There you go. Oh my.
Either that or those guys also play for the team. I don't really recognize them all.
I gotta say, Bruce Kelly, Jim
Bruce
Kelly.
Oh my God.
Jim Kelly is probably a saint in Buffalo. You don't swing at that man.
Nope.
Without everybody else swinging at you.
I sure as fuck wouldn't swing at him if he's standing next to Bruce Smith.
Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas, they're all saints in Buffalo.
It is interesting
So you
of note.
call that Buffalo's Holy Trinity?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. See,
What'd
my
you just
fandom.
say?
I said, I
The
wouldn't
fuck
call.
are you talking about?
I would not call all three of them the Holy Trinity.
Who would you call what?
I would keep Jim Kelly. I would probably keep Bruce Smith. I'd honestly have to replace Thurman Thomas with former head coach Marv Levy.
Okay, you're right there.
Well, hold on a second.
Well,
If you're just looking at it from
If I'm just looking at players, Thurman Thomas stays.
Yeah.
If I look at the whole organization of people from that time frame, I would replace Thurman Thomas with Marv Levy.
I got you, because my Holy Trinity in Tennessee would be Steve McNair, Eddie George, and Jeff Fisher.
Of course, it's a worthy honorable mention of Ryan Fitzpatrick, too.
Fitzmagic, baby!
Fitzpatrick, what?
Fitzmagic.
What, for Buffalo?
Yeah, when he played for
Yeah,
Buffalo.
he played for Buffalo. He's
No, I know
played
he
for like
did.
18 different clubs.
Oh,
I think it should be a
Tennessee was
rule.
one of them.
Honestly, I think it should be a rule that if you play for all 32 teams, even if you're only on the practice squad for like a day, they should automatically put you in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Because if you have the kind of dedication that it requires to play for every single team.
Yeah, but who has more jerseys, Ryan Fitzpatrick or Josh McCown?
Oh, I think it's Fitzpatrick. It's got to be
I
Fitzpatrick.
believe it's Fitzpatrick.
It was
'Cause
actually.
he's legit played for like 14.
I do want to finish my thought that I was going for real quick before Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith started that love fest with Randy Savage. After Kelly decided not to come back, Baltimore would actually trade for Jim Harbaugh, who is probably better remembered not as a player, but as the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. As Indianapolis
and for
prepared
being
to
a legend at the University of Michigan. Go Blue!
as the Indianapolis Colts would prepare to usher in the high forehead era of Peyton Manning.
Oh my God. That's not a 4-head. That's like an 8-head.
He doesn't have dreams. He has full-length movies.
Did you
just say Henry?
I mean, honestly, you could open a drive-in movie theater and show pictures on Peyton Manning's forehead.
We're going to be watching Harry Potter tonight on the big screen, otherwise known as Peyton Manning.
Okay, so Ryan Fitzpatrick played for 9 teams. Josh McCown, 12 teams.
Oh, wow. So
we
McCown
got
does
the light.
win.
We got the lights flickering.
All right,
here.
Fitzpatrick.
Hey,
Time to go to work.
we got a thing running. We're going to see Macho lying on the ground here in a minute from some mysterious force.
This is why I won't room with Henry.
Because he's a mysterious force?
Because the lights will go off and I don't know what's going on.
No, they just go off and you hear them snore.
Henry, it is my vow, by the way, to you. And I've been trying to say this for 20
Although
minutes.
at one point in the middle of the night, he was cuddling with me, but I enjoyed it. I was warm.
Oh,
Henry, it is my
If
vow.
that happened, why did I wake up back in my own bed?
I'm not vowing anything anymore.
It's called roofies.
Well, I will say that he ate a salad and promptly fell asleep. So they must.
You ate it or he tossed it? Which one?
Was
Did
he
he toss the
naked?
salad or
while
did he eat
eating
the
the
salad?
salad?
To be fair, on this same trip, I didn't sleep the night before I got on the airplane in Rochester and flew out to Boston. And now Randy Savage is dead.
Yep.
No, well, to answer your question, Henry did not eat a salad naked in the bathroom of a thing. Or so I was told. You know,
So do you think
We
the
have
lights
so many
flickered Jim
horror
Kelly went in
stories.
there and
It's a
did
wonder
that?
we still hang out with each other.
Yeah, it was totally Jim Kelly that came in there. during the blackout.
I said we have so many horror stories. It's a wonder we still hang out with each other.
You know, I look back at Jacksonville too, and as mad as I was at you, Brandy, now that I know the truth, I'm more annoyed with Carl because it was worse. You and I just had an argument. To be honest with you, I drove to Orlando twice because he got too drunk and got kicked out of the theme park, went missing, and told us a bunch of stories. And yeah, Carl, love you, brother. If you're watching this, you know what? Unfortunately, there's some penance that you got to pay, and there's some things that we need to talk about before we really kick it old school again. So I'm being honest with you. I'm being real honest with you.
Yeah, I sent him a message weeks ago. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he texts me randomly, and I'll reply to him, and he'll answer in a couple of days. I get it. He's getting his shit together. I'm so proud of him. But I'm not. I'm gonna live my life, and I'm not gonna. You live and you learn, as Alanis Morissette once said. You live, you learn. I did. I put myself out there to a couple of people. The people that I put myself out there for that have stayed in my life are all on this screen. So, and that's just
Frank.
And tits out.
Ever since Florida, brother.
What'd you say? What's up, Henry?
Ever since Florida.
Right.
As I'm looking at the screen here and I'm seeing Rick Rude cutting a promo on Bobby the Brain Heenan, I wonder something. Bischoff wouldn't pay back Lloyd's of London so that he could start wrestling again. If he'd been able to start wrestling again and hadn't ultimately lost his life about 2 years after this in 1999, do you think he could have helped pull WCW back from the brink, or had his stock gone so far that nobody would have even cared about him in a wrestling form?
I think no. I don't think he would have been able to. I think he would have just been another one of those old guys, but I think he would have wound up back in WWE, and he probably could have made something of himself there for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
If it was back in 93, 94, maybe, when he was pretty big, but 97, 98.
Could you imagine him managing Val Venus?
I can see that.
What is going on? What is he doing?
See no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby Heenan's holding his ears because if Rick Rude tried to grab him around the head, Bobby Heenan would probably kill him.
He was like, what the fuck? And left.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That was Tony's face yesterday.
Yes.
What happened yesterday?
Okay,
Let's
so
talk about it.
To recap,
we were on Tony's Rampage Zoom.
Yep,
and
I was so
our
tired
friend
yesterday
Lindsay
I couldn't go.
Makes cakes,
Uh-huh.
and she was working on a cake. And last weekend she was working on a cake, and it was a penis cake.
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
And this week she's doing baby shower cakes, and either Antonio makes the comment or somebody makes the comment that Antonio wants a vagina cake.
Tony said that.
Tony said that, and then Antonio says, "Is it cream filled?"
And Tony lost
Hey,
it.
Brandy's favorite person is coming to the ring.
Oh, God.
That's pretty good, is it cream filled?
Yeah, Tony lost it.
Not anymore, it's not.
And then to end the Zoom, Tony says, "If you've seen one vagina cake, you've seen them all."
No, Lindsay
And
said
then
that.
Lindsay goes, until you've seen mine.
Oh.
And literally everyone dies.
in case anyone's curious, here is the cake in question.
That was the penis cake.
That's my shape.
So there is a story to that. Apparently, it was a birthday cake for someone who had just come out as a lesbian, and it was a rib.
Oh.
I
goody, a
have
match for the World TV title.
information that Lindsay's going to make me a boob cake.
I'm going to be real honest with you. That's something else I'm pretty salty about still. It's like, I feel I was done a little dirty. And...
hold on. Let's do this commercial, guys.
Fucking lied to it. Go ahead.
I'm kidding. I didn't want to hear it. Go ahead.
No, this I was gonna say this promo right here for Starrcade '97 is like one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Paybacks are hell. It
It's
should have
just a
been.
shame Eric had to ruin the fucking event.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're not tan? What?
To be
Because
the
at that
man,
moment
you
in
must
time,
be-
Eric Bischoff should have cut a check to Lloyd's of London, and Rick Rude should have come out and won the WCW World Heavyweight title at Starrcade '97. What do you mean I'm writing this check? Just shut up and write it, Ted.
You gotta be tan.
Wow. I don't even have words. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and try
Wait
to...
a minute. If it's true that to be the man you must be tan, how come the Ultimate Warrior wasn't champion in WCW?
Because he wanted too much money, and that money was reserved for Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan.
But he was tan.
So were they.
Yep.
But Scott Hall was never WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
And that's a damn shame, but motherfucker couldn't stay away from booze.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm in a very blunt mood. So
Okay.
Let it all out, Frank.
I'm gonna let it all out. It's like, you know, I'm a nice guy, and then people want to bend me over and stick it in without any lube, and it gets old.
I think this is the night that Bruce Smith becomes WCW World Television Champion.
What?
Wait, what?
Perry Saturn.
Okay, I made that up.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a match between Saturn and Uranus.
And who?
So
Uranus.
Let me ask I'm going to ask an honest question there.
Boom, that went out the door. Never mind.
I know what you were saying. So, because a certain person is in that Twitter group, does that mean that certain person is going to have to sit with us at the thing?
No, not necessarily. I'm reserving a table. I know who I want to sit with at a table, and then there's simply too much of us for one table anymore.
I better be one of them. I better be one of them.
I was perfectly fine with the setup we had at our table. Our table was awesome. I liked our table.
Talking about Top Guy Weekend?
Yeah. I liked our table. I liked who we had at our table. No offense to anyone else who did sit at our table, like all y'all. But that table was fun.
If I have no chair, I'm sitting on Henry's lap.
That's if
You
Henry's
can
even
sit on
able to
my
go.
lap, but you're gonna get poked. You know.
Oh God.
But we had a seat. We were like the very front row, very far left table for anyone that wasn't there or would like to be there or is going next year or this year in a few months. Top Gun Weekend is an experience in and of itself. And they keep saying that this year they've added extra. They're sprinkling extra onto the event. I hope that extra is extra karaoke time because part of that hotel manager was shutting karaoke down, and then Tony Khan shows up 5 minutes later. Oh God!
Yeah, let me tell you something right now. When I heard about that, having been in hospitality, that motherfucker's a piece of shit.
Well, they said they had to get ready for another event, didn't they?
I didn't get ready for another event. We were the
next
other
morning?
event. It was the next day.
Yeah, no, it was our event.
Yeah, so I will
Oh,
tell you
I thought it was
that-
Saturday night that happened. Never mind.
Yeah, that
No,
that
that was
hotel
Friday
manager,
night.
I was told later on. I spoke to who was I speaking to? Evan. I was talking to Evan about it the next day, and it turns out that that event coordinator got a little bit of an ass reaming for that because when you have several multimillionaires in the building and they want to go a little longer, you let them go a little longer.
And especially when it's fucking our event the next fucking morning. Like, it's us.
Yeah, that karaoke was way, way, way more awesome than I thought it would be. And I still have pictures of it on my phone. And we were just talking about Carl. Carl, I still have it on my phone with you singing Wonderwall to Kip Sabian, who still has a box on his head to this day. And so many memories from karaoke night and just the whole weekend in general.
And Phil, keep the video because I'm sure you'll have to show it to him for memory.
Does anybody know the
I
Roman
still have
numeral
so
for
many fun photos
69?
from that. Somebody took pictures of me when I was doing karaoke, which was so cool.
Okay, yeah, Henry, you put 59.
I thought it was funny how, towards the very beginning, they were like, don't record any video of this because this is for us and us alone. And then during karaoke, TJ Stevens, of Filter Free Podcast fame, is over there at the very front of the stage, kneeled down with his phone the whole time.
Because they fucking asked him to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they asked him to film it after they told us not to.
I mean, I didn't really pay attention to that rule, and I filmed some of it.
Hey,
because I didn't know that was a rule.
Look at Van Hammer's outfit. There he is.
But nobody's seen what's on here but me.
I pay $1,200 a year, and if that's my big present for paying $1,200 a year, I'm gonna do the fuck I want. I don't walk around with my wang hanging out.
So wait a minute, we couldn't videotape the karaoke?
No,
you weren't supposed to.
Oh shit! I got a lot of video.
AFS, love you, but eat my ass, okay?
Did I log out or all of you log out?
Log out or what?
Log out.
There's me getting ready to do karaoke.
Look at that booty. I mean, never mind.
It kind of looks like Mike Cold.
Now, let's just say that, Brandy, you were losing weight even at that time, but you look even more phenomenal now than you do then. So you can see the.
Where are they rolling out the red carpet?
I'll say my favorite what the fuck Carl moment, because we're talking about what the fuck Carl moments, and I'm sure I mentioned this moment on the show before, is when I was standing opposite side of the stage, right where the talent were all walking in. Not because I was trying to just be there when talent walked in, that's just because where I wound up at the time. And Carl's standing next to me, and then in walks Brian Cage and Sonny Kiss. And I looked right over. At first, I was a little shocked. I was like, it's Brian Cage. Shake his hand. He walks off a little later. Like 2.5 minutes later, Carl's like, hey, did we just talk to Brian Cage?
Sounds about right. What were you time out in, Henry?
It's over now. Listening to Phil distracted me from the Nitro girls. I asked why they rolled out the red carpet. I got my answer, and then I started listening to Phil.
And you got flaccid.
I got distracted.
Flaccid. Impotent.
Oh, God.
Oh, my word.
Where's the lie?
Where is the lie?
Everybody's favorite wrestler, Vincent.
Then it seems like we keep getting
coming out with buff. My mom still shaves my
Where's
stuff.
Scott
Bagwell.
Norton? I don't see Scott Norton. It said Scott Norton in the thing.
It seems like we keep getting news over the last few months of wrestlers going through some severe medical problems. We're seeing Buff, who's going through his stint with DDP, and we got Vincent, who was diagnosed with a plethora of different things. Chief amongst was Alzheimer's and nobody really was like a big. Nobody's gonna go, man. I was Vince's biggest fan. Nobody's gonna say that. But unfortunately, he's still a human being. He still provided entertainment for us, mostly when he was $1 Million Manservant and that big angle where he finally turned on him. But we make the jokes about sitting in front of the Olive Garden and stuff like that. But dude, I know you're not watching this, but we hope you get better. We hope you pull through. I mean, you can't pull through Alzheimer's, but we hope you find a way to manage and get through life.
Can we use the term servant, or is that not allowed anymore?
By the way, Adam, reading the chat here, you certainly can sit close to me if you'd like, but don't be weirded out if my hand grazes your inner thigh. Okay?
Oh,
it never bothered me before.
I'm just he's over here laughing, but I'm just gonna make him feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna go over there and graze his right nut and see what happens.
We've been in bed together. It's gonna bother me any? We've been in bed
I have a question.
What?
Why just the right one?
What about the left?
Well, I mean, then I would just be fondling him. I want it to be an inner thigh thing, and oops, my little pinky touched.
Somebody that's on the other side of the hard camera.
Is that why you told me to cut a hole in my pocket?
Yes, I wanted to play some pocket pool.
I don't mean to interrupt. I don't know if anybody else noticed it at any other point during the show, but somebody that's on the hard camera on this side, as you're looking toward the ring where they're panning on the camera right now, had like a big poster with Vince McMahon's face on it.
I saw that. Did you see the Monday Night Raw one too? Yeah.
He said
that was the first time I noticed the McMahon one.
Hey, do you guys think that the FS crew would get pissed off if we took two tables and pushed them together so we could have all of our crew right there?
I mean, it's technically a fire hazard.
I'm gonna sit on the table.
He said hard camera.
Hard.
Hard.
It'll
Well,
be
yeah,
like
because the flaccid camera doesn't really do all that much for the show.
Yeah, it's
We're
always,
gonna-
it's always shooting down, and it sucks.
we're gonna be at the table. We're gonna be at the table, and everybody else is gonna be looking like, "Why is it snowing over there?"
Oh, it's Bernie's.
All the
Oh
spermies.
wow, the bodily fluid we be talking about. I think it should be Top Guy Weekend, otherwise known as Get Ready Laid.
I'm just happy that
Right.
So,
Where's Marty
Brandy, are you
Dixon
going to
when you
start
need
with
him?
Frank, Mark, Adam, or Antonio?
Hey, I call first.
You might want to say me to last.
Is
That's
Marty
all I
Dixon
can
not in the running for that?
So,
What? No.
Brandy,
He
I was waiting
blocked
for
me
Brandy
on
to go.
Twitter.
But Brandy, I was waiting for you to go. You shut your damn dirty whore mouth, you pig! Like I was waiting for.
You
He
talking about
actually
the guy?
blocked me on Twitter.
You
Oh,
talking about
yeah,
the guy
that's-
that hit on Rebel?
Did
Yes.
Henry the
Wait,
Sixth?
whoa! I didn't hear any of this. Update me.
The guy who got weird on Rebels Happy Hour and asked her when she was going to show up on the show naked.
Which one said that?
Marty Dixon is his name.
Oh,
That
Marty.
feels like something
I went
Antonio
missing
would
for 2
say.
days or whatever.
I'm sure he got
And
kicked out.
I went to go. He was making some weird tweets, I guess.
Yes, I read them to
And-
you guys off air last week. It was
Yes, and
about
I
how
went
he
to
was
go,
missing-
report it, and he fucking blocked me.
And that's the thing. He tagged the wrong rebel in it. So I wanted her to see it because it really concerns me.
Yeah.
No, that's beyond like
Wish I could do that with my pecs. Just make them dance.
our normal insanity, and
do what I do.
That's into stalker level.
That's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but Lex Luger doesn't use his hands, and it just looks weird if I go.
No, there's a
hear
bunch of we're a bunch of weirdos and creeps and sexual deviants, and you hear what we're talking about, but that does cross the line. And I only remember two people being kicked out of the AFS community, one for pirating and one for sexual harassment of somebody who.
Hey. You shut your whore mouth. I am not a sexual deviant.
Wait, did they find the
Also not a
person that was
pervert.
putting out the torrents?
Yeah, they found him.
I believe one Agent Kolb was helpful in.
Yeah, I
Can
was
you
trying
put in
to
the
help
private
out.
chat. Who was it? Do we know him?
No, they were like second tier somebody that it wasn't a top guy or anything like that.
Look,
They were literally at the $27 level where you get access to everything, so they could rip it and put it on the internet.
Yep.
Yeah, see that shit pisses me off because we all pay to be there. If you want to, honestly,
for it to be special.
Honestly, Justin B, who's been on the show, love him to death, but he doesn't pay for his music. I probably should cut that part.
Frank, if we do that, we're gonna have like a 3-minute long show.
Yeah, it'll be like the TV version of
The
Scarface.
Orioles beat the Red Sox. Who doesn't beat the Red Sox? But at least the Red Sox.
What? After we fucking beat them last night? What?
Yeah, I shouldn't say the Red Sox don't trade their best players because Mookie Betts is in LA right now. But still.
Yeah, fuck the Dodgers, by the way.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the fight between the Mets and the Cardinals the other day?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would. If I get hit in the fucking face with a fastball going 92 miles an hour, I want every one of you fuckers hunting whoever did it down.
Well, it wasn't an accident, though?
Well,
Hey,
you never know.
I've got a sports story for you guys. A personal sports story. This is shocker.
Holy crap.
You
Yeah.
pulled your groin. What?
So, my wife's a paralegal, or former paralegal. She used to work for a law firm, and this law firm had season tickets for the
Ooh.
Cardinals games. And sometimes, whenever they couldn't, they would give them the clients, but sometimes they would just have extra tickets. And see if me and my wife would go. And, I enjoy a baseball game every now and then, and the Cardinals is the second most successful baseball franchise in history. Just throwing that out there. So these seats were really good. They were just a little bit off of home plate to the right and about 12 rows up.
I'm impressed, Phil, that you know it's called home plate. Go ahead.
Prime foul ball territory, right? So I keep seeing foul balls getting hit in our general direction. I'm like, I'm actually going to catch a ball. I'm going to do it. And it's going to be awesome. So the first incident was I'm sitting there, I hear a foul ball, and it flies over my head. I would turn around, and I see it smack an 84-year-old lady in the face.
Oh my God!
After the stretcher, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe I don't want to foul ball, but I kind of still do. My wife, she was still smoking at the time. She's been cigarette free for years now.
Oh, I thought you were insulting her looks.
No,
Jesus Christ.
my wife was smoking, so she wanted to go out and get a smoke, and she wanted me to go with her. And I'm like, I think to myself, this is where I'm going to miss the foul ball. So I get up, I'm walking up the stairs to go out to the area to smoke with her, and I hear crack, and I turn around, and I see the foul ball bounce off of my seat, and 2 rows behind my seat catches it.
Now let me tell you this, Phil. Why after the ball hit that 84-year-old lady in the face, did you not try to find said ball?
I felt bad. I was
her nose is broken. Where's the ball?
They carried that poor lady out of the
I think she's dead. Where's the ball? Her eye popped out. The ball. Yeah, that sucks though. That must have been horrible.
Yeah, I honestly don't mind going to a Cardinals game every now and then. I enjoy baseball more in person than I do on television.
Exactly. It's way more fun to watch baseball in person. I can't really watch it on television. It's boring. It's like tennis. It's just like, oh, bing, bing, bing.
So, yeah, if someone were to call me up and be like, hey, Cardinals game's on TV, I'm like, fuck no, I'm going to do 87 other things.
Actually, I can
but
watch
if someone's like,
watch
hey, I've got some really good seats for a Cardinals game. You want to go? Like, yeah, let's go. Let's go check out the Cardinals game.
We're doing this whole we beat up Roddy Piper thing. Gotta love Piper, but he was geriatric then, so.
Yes, especially when he just had fucking hip surgery.
Oh, he was geriatric.
Yeah. Starting to feel you, boy.
What?
Were you just singing Shakira?
Maybe.
You were just singing Shakira.
Maybe my ass. You definitely were.
Singing hips don't lie.
Shakira. My hips don't lie. That's what you were singing. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not.
I mean, you could tell from that picture from karaoke, my hips do not lie.
Ooh, la, la.
Well, if I was gonna say, you should share your boudoir photos. The one you shared with me, because your hips don't lie there either.
I do have that one on my phone still.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Wow.
He needs something for his bank.
I need new material. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just gonna look over here at the TV that's showing Nitro.
Henry needs something for his bank too.
Oh, you know what? Hang on. I just saw the Disco Inferno tweet here because I was looking for something to show you guys. And yeah, fuck you, Glenn Gilberti.
Whatever his name is.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Hey, can we get a moment of silence right here for Scott Hall?
Yep.
We miss you, Big Scott.
Yeah, really.
10 seconds of moment of silence.
Head gas.
Something I wanted to address that happened. It started yesterday, and we know more coming. The cuts. The WWE cuts. You know, I'll be honest. I'm not up in NXT that much anymore. But I will tell you, when I first saw Dakota Kai, I thought this chick ain't making it for nothing. But that woman worked her ass off for years to become a mainstay, top tier women's division lady in NXT. And she was prominent in so many stories in the last year. And the fact that they let her go, that one, again, I honestly, I hate saying this, but I didn't recognize any other name on that list besides Dakota Kai.
You don't know who Dexter Loomis is?
Oh, Dexter Loomis. I'm sorry, I forgot him as well.
Yeah.
But
And
Dakota
so
Kai,
did Parker Bordeaux.
Dakota Kai crushed me. It really did.
Yeah.
I've never seen, I'm rarely proven wrong when I see someone and go, they're not going to add up to shit.
But her contract was coming up pretty soon, and she told them that she wasn't going to renew it anyway.
What,
yeah, and the same with Malcolm Bivens.
Malcolm Bivens.
He said that they tried to get him to renew or re-sign in February, and he told them that he wasn't interested. So he wasn't that surprised either.
Apparently, early plans was for him to be almost his manager before they decided with MVP.
Here's another fun story for you guys.
Now, so this Blivens guy who was he? Was he the one that was with?
He's a manager. He was with the
Diamond
Diamond Club when that was a thing.
Diamond Mine.
Is that still a thing?
No, because the only one that's left is Roddy Strong
and the Creed brothers.
So check this out, guys. Here's another fun thing. 5 years ago yesterday, I got to see a rare NXT house show at the Family Arena in St. Charles. And I actually have the card here. This is the card for an NXT house show 5 years ago. It opened with No Way Jose defeating Eric Young, as part of a Sanity. And then immediately thereafter, DIY, which is probably the best NXT tag team ever, except for maybe the Revival.
No, the Revival.
Defeated Sanity. So that was one right after the other. Dylan Miley defeaed Pat. Fuck that guy. Sonya Deville defeats Aaliyah, which is crazy because both of those ladies are still working in on the main roster. I remember we chanted Mortal Kombat as Sonya Deville. There was probably maybe 1,200 people in attendance. But and then Aleister Black defeated Caesar Bononi.
Bononi, yeah, he's in AEW now.
And then we had Hideo Itami and Andrade Almas. That was a great match. And then we had Asuka and Ruby Riott teaming to defeat Billie Kay and Peyton Royce before they were known as the Iconics. And the main event, NXT
The Undertaker making a rare appearance on WCW Monday Nitro.
NXT World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode defeats Ty Dillinger.
Wow.
See how far down NXT has gone since then.
I know why WCW didn't throw that dude out.
So check this out. There were actually two shows running in the area. There was an A show and a B show. And one of the guys went with me. We were talking about these. They were like, that had to be the B show. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Here, let me pull up the B show. This was the B show. Cassius Ohno defeats Adrian Jehudi. Lana with Mary Kate defeats Kimberly Frankel.
That first guy, he's the kickboxer, barefoot kickboxers in AEW now.
Henry Machinery defeats Steven Cutler, Wesley Blake. Buddy Murphy defeats Brendan Williams. A six-man tag team match, Graham Metalik, Mustafa Ali, and Rich Swann defeat Drew Gulak, Noam Dar, and Tony Nese. Another tag team match, Bianca Belair and Mandy Rose defeat Liv Morgan and Sarah Bridges. We had a singles match with Babatunde, last name I'm not going to pronounce, versus Kona Reeves. And the main event of the night was Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford against Riddick Moss and Tito Sabatelli.
Riddick Moss is Madcap Moss now.
Yeah. So,
and also known as the dude who fucking broke Big E's neck.
What's really crazy?
No,
it wasn't Madcap. No, it was the dude who's famous.
Rich Holland.
Rich Holland.
Rich Holland.
What's really crazy is that if you guys had showed me both of those cards like the day after and said one of those people is going to make an event at WrestleMania, I'd have picked Bobby Roode in a heartbeat. Would not have guessed in a million years it would have been Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
They started pushing Bianca Belair when they did that combine thing for NXT.
Oh,
when she got like first place in every event, that's when they started really pushing her.
She's a beast, and I mean that in every good possible way. Not like she looks like a beast.
No, she's legit athlete.
Honestly, I think this is Deep Dish Delicious's take here. Is that I think she started to get steam was when she confronted. Remember the WrestleMania 36? It was going to be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT title, and Bianca comes out and goes, "You don't even go here.
You don't go here."
Yeah.
That's when I was like, "All right, I like her."
I remember seeing Bianca the first time in the Mae Young's tournament, the first one, I believe. Also, Rhea Ripley was in both of those. And after the first one, I was a Rhea Ripley fan. Before she got all really awesome.
Blonde hair and everything.
Rhea Ripley is probably, maybe next to Becky Lynch, my favorite woman on the roster in wrestling today, besides Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. Top 3.
Can we talk about the fact that we're watching Diamond Dallas Page versus Scott Hall? This is
We've been
actually
talking over this awesome
And
match.
this is the main event match because they said a couple minutes ago that they are past the 10 o'clock hour.
Yep. And this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is where Sting repels down and saves Page, right?
I don't have any fucking idea. I didn't watch the second hour of this show.
yeah, we all kind of went into this blind. That's kind of what we do.
Well, not
Now,
completely.
real quick, Adam, when did Mansoor do your wife?
I can't tell you that.
When did you get married?
I signed a
An NDA?
A non-disclosure?
yes.
But when did
I have a
you
marriage
get
and
married?
everything. So
See, that's what happens to me most in my dating life. I usually will sign a non-disclosure agreement. That's a non-disclosure of my dick
I
agreement.
promised Money Mike I wouldn't put it out there about his mom.
I'm still waiting to hear this Christina story.
Oh yeah, I need to hear
How much
that too.
time we got?
We probably still got a few minutes.
No, we got a lot of time,
'Cause
man.
usually when he tells the story,
He mutes.
well, let's just see what happens. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what happened that fateful night.
Oh, man. All right, so the first night was all right. You know, we all getting to meet and everything. And, you know, that's the first time I met her. And then that's when I met Amy and everybody for the first time. So it was a nice, warm night that night.
Yeah, your audio is out.
Here, did you need me to unmute you? I can unmute you if you want.
I mean, he's snoring. So I was like, I can't handle this shit. So I knocked on her door. I knocked on her door and she said, come in. And as soon as I walked in, baby, it was on. First thing I saw. And I knew right after then that this woman's going to be in my life for a long time.
Oh my God.
You know, the funny part was that he didn't even do that the first time. I did. Wasn't sure where we were going, so it adds to that mystique.
One night in Jacksonville.
Man, if only Scott Hall had a lengthy world title run.
Who?
Scott Hall.
You know,
I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Though. It's 10:30 here in these coasts.
See, in his prime, I don't know that he needed it, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, would it have been nice to see him as WCW World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion? Hell yes, it would have. But Scott Hall was also always that very reliable mid-card talent that while he was at the upper crust of that mid-card, because of the stroke that he had with Vince and the stroke that he would attain with Eric, thanks to Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, I don't know that he really needed a long title reign.
Well, I mean, at least maybe once or twice. Not like.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Antonio.
No, I mean once or twice. Like something to say he was actually champion.
Right. I talked about this on a Fill Us In before. You know, there are so many high quality talents that everyone says they should have had a world title one. They should have had it for a couple months. This person, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens. I mean, they've been world champion, but I mean, there's other people. Aleister Black maybe should have had one. I mean, there's so many talents where people are going, this person should have had a world title run. They can't all have world title runs, be it as it may that they are deserving of a world title run. You know, if you want, you have two options. You could have title reigns that last a little while and build credibility for that person, or you can play hot potato where there's a new champion every month when people are deserving of the world title. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have every person you think ever should be world champion actually be world champion. But there are those that should have been world champion more than people that were actually world champion. Great golly.
This coming from the same person
there we
that
go.
said that Mick Foley being WWE champion devalued the belt.
There we go.
I just want everybody to know that there is the saying, having your cake and eat. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I want you all to know that you can have your vag and eat it too.
Is it cream filled? Is it cream
Whatever
filled?
you want to do.
Okay.
Even if the baby daddy is there, Just try to get it in. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where Sting repels down and bails DDP out.
Some of us
I mean-
haven't seen this yet.
Oh, okay. Spoiler.
Spoilers.
I mean, shit, even when I saw the first really long Avengers movie where he does this before any of my other friends, all I would say after I saw it was that Batman dies at the end. Which theoretically was plausible enough to be the truth.
I'll say, Bray Wyatt, like, I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan. He never needed a title at all.
Nope.
I'm glad he had it, though.
Me too, I'm glad.
See,
but
that dude there in the leather coat and the nice-looking hair that's not Hulk Hogan, he should have been WCW champion.
Uh-oh, here we go. Right through the ring.
And he's dead.
Yep.
So speaking of Bray Wyatt, he and JoJo just got engaged.
Congratulations.
A kind of a formality after you have two kids together, but
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, this is the moment where Jim Kelly and Bruce Smith should storm the ring and clear him out.
Henry, I would like, just for like a day, to be in your head and wonder how you come up with some of this shit.
No, you don't.
To be fair, earlier in this same show, they were beating the crap out of Randy Savage. That's not all that unfeasible.
No, he's right, actually.
See, now it just popped in my mind why he picked this episode. And we're about to find out soon.
So what's Hulk Hogan?
I remember this now. Yes.
Yeah.
What's Hogan saying right here, Phil? What is he saying?
I'm the greatest WCW
Mama.
World Heavyweight Champion there ever was, and
Track
I'm going to
it.
bury Sting in this ring, brother. Because what you going to do when the NWO runs wild on you?
Thank
No,
you, Henry.
No, hold on. My commentary is like, first, I tell Brandy to meet me here. And then, never mind.
Hollywood Hogan.
Never mind.
Making wrestling what it is today is just a little too much for a dummy like him to handle. This man was the clear-cut winner tonight, like everybody else in the NWO. And my biggest concern is February, brother, when I have to wrestle her, because we know that dummy is scared to death to face us, brother. Kurt Hennig, get that dummy out of his hole. I want to slap him around a little bit. Get him out of there.
I wonder how come we never got a Scott Hall Hulk Hogan match.
Show. This is an absolute sick show. Here we go again.
You figured that they would have known when they realized it weighed like 3 times as much.
Proving absolutely nothing.
Did he sit well after what happened to Owen?
Well, this is before Owen.
I know, but after you watching it now, does it kind of
No.
age well?
Best thing to get
no,
out.
it hasn't.
I was afraid of me that he wasn't in the type of shape that Hollywood's in, that he's not the icon that I am, that he didn't make wrestling, and all he did was hide in the WCW his whole career, that he never sold out arena after arena like I did. So, you know what? This is the best thing that could happen. The people should wait for me and Scott Hall to get it on, because this thing would have just been a disappointment. Look at that. You know, I think I'm going to wipe that dumb look off his face.
I don't know who they're trying to entertain here, but it's certainly not us.
Not yet, anyway. Oh, my. Oh. That's so silly.
I like how the NWO wait for him to take his jacket off.
Look at Hogan. Look at the look on Hogan's face.
It's kind of like the Power Rangers thing.
His underwear for God's sake. Yes.
Oh, he's fighting with his thing on.
It's fighting off every member of the NWO. He's still attached to the cord, but he's fighting for his life. And Hogan is still on the floor. He's going nowhere near the ring or Stinger. Watch out!
Oh, this is stupid. With the thing on.
Come on, big boy. Get in the ring. Look at Hogan. Look at Hogan.
We were just the other time. Oh,
On that note, do we want to go into fill us in?
Absolutely. freaking lootly.
They're only going to fill my ass. What?
Oh my goodness.
Is it a cream filling?
Oh God, the cream filling.
What's up? That's it. That's fill us in for this week. We'll see you next week. No, I'm kidding. So, you heard us talk about it earlier in the show. You heard me talk about it last week. Pretty heartfelt. I do want to kind of beat this drum a little bit more because I'm still over the moon excited about it. That's right. I am talking about our first ever M3 for Charity Marathon Mania Madness. The madness does start on June 4th at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. And this is a marathon, pardon me, that's a little close to my heart because all proceeds, all donations will go to the Organization for Autism Research. The average cost of autism, to pay for autism for one individual and the family is $60,000 a year, which is more than the average salary of any individual. So let's join in on this. Let's kick autism's ass. And if you guys haven't yet, hop over to ProWrestlingTees.com, get our Marathon Mania Madness T-shirt or our exclusive T-shirt there, which we're going to go and get rid of that right now. All proceeds from that as well will go towards OAR. And I can confirm that I do have a few guests already locked in. Several replies to some invites, and there's going to be more coming. This is going to be a ton of fun. 24 hours of me sitting here busting balls, getting my balls busted. That's a different marathon.
Oh my God.
But we've got FFP. They're very vested in this as well. A lot of people in the top community and Twitter in general have spoken up and said, "Hey, this is near and dear to me. Autism has affected my family as well, and I'd love to be a part of it." So I'm really excited for this. Again, please grab a shirt off ProWrestlingTees.com. Tune in on June 4th. Can't wait to have you guys.
All right. On that note, let's go around the room real quick, and we'll start with Mr. Kickout Crew himself. Your final thoughts on this interesting episode of Monday Nitro, which was 3 weeks prior to the big Hogan Sting match at Starrcade.
I didn't see nothing. I mean, it's a Nitro, nothing special. It was good. I mean, if we're doing a 5-star rating, I'd give it a 3. Anytime you got Scott Hall, Dumb Dallas Page, 1-on-1, that instantly brings it up to me. It does, because them two are amazing.
Usually when you're involved, Adam, it usually brings me up too.
All right, you ain't going.
Brandy, your thoughts, dear?
I'd agree with Adam. I mean, I had absolutely no idea going into this what was going to happen. The main event was pretty good. Overall, the show was just kind of middle of the road. If only we knew what was coming at Starrcade 97. But it was a good time. It's always a good time when we get together. It's going to be off the rails, but at least we're in this together.
Okay. What are you waving me off for? All right, we'll move to Phil Jackson.
You all are moving in? I mean, Jesus Christ, how many more kids am I going to have?
Trying to get you to double digits.
Antonio, your DoorDash is here, and I think your whore's here too. All right, go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
This was peak WCW for me, this build with Sting. I was so excited for Hogan and Sting to eventually lock it up and have that epic title match that wasn't really epic, but that's hindsight. This is where I was peak wrestling, jumping back and forth between the channels, hit that last channel button, and But I remember seeing that moment, and I remember seeing just whipping everyone's ass, and I was so pumped after seeing that moment. I don't remember anything else from that Nitro from the first time I watched it, except for that moment. And it's just like, God, that was a damn good build, and it just sucked that it ended the way it did. Henry?
Okay, let's go to the 59th.
Okay. I agree with everybody else. It was a okay show. DDP and Scott Hall would have been an amazing world title feud, in my opinion, if done right.
Yes.
Other than that, besides Frank scaring my little brother out of here, I would give it 2.5 creams. 2.5 creams.
Wait a minute, that wasn't your brother, was it? I thought that was somebody you had tied up in your closet and that was trying to come out.
Wow.
No,
Wait a minute, did you say 2.5 creams?
Yeah, 2.5 creams.
Oh,
This is my closet. This is my door. Get it right. Shh. Stay there.
Next week on Top Guy Theater, Henry the 59th will be coming out of his closet. All right.
Whoa.
Oh, you're not ready to come out yet? It's okay, Henry.
I'm staying in.
We're
Henry
ready
the
for you.
59th, I'm sorry.
You got the wrong Henry here. The other one.
I'm sorry. I just know you as Harry. So,
Yeah.
Map
I'm Harry.
It Man, your thoughts on the show?
Well, Antonio, I'll shake it down like this.
Uh-oh.
I think this was a good effort by WCW. I think that if we continue our foray through running through shows in places where we live, that Buffalo was a good starting point after Providence. I found it overall to be a good show. It still pisses me off now that they were willing to recognize Jim Kelly, but not Bruce Smith, and that is why I have heat with Tony Schiavone. I'm sure that probably wasn't his call, probably wasn't his decision. But I can't blame that on Eric Bischoff, and Vince Russo still worked for Vince McMahon, so somebody has to take the shit, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, that's Tony Schiavone. But overall, I found this show to be enjoyable, and I hope at some point on the calendar this year we cover Starrcade 97.
I would love that, actually. Would love
Me
that.
too.
So, obviously WCW was hot back at this point in time, and they could have came out and had mid-carders the entire show, and it would have been hot because it's WCW, and they were going into Starrcade 97, which was a hot show, and I still think Starrcade 97 was a good show overall. But this legitimately to me was WCW Monday promo. You can bring a wrestler out to the ring to have a promo. It's still a goddamn promo. Okay. Not a lot of wrestling for me. I really did enjoy Jim Kelly throwing bows to Macho Man. I enjoyed the main event. I enjoyed the shenanigans. But for me, it's a 2.5 maybe out of 5, or a 4 out of 10 maybe. That's mine.
I'm gonna pistol whip the next person that says shenanigans.
Yes.
Hey, Farba, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the wall and the fish sticks?
Oh,
you mean
shenanigans?
Oh, please.
I love that. I love that movie.
I want to watch Farva.
Coming soon to Top Guy Theater, real Top Guy Theater, when we sit back and enjoy and pick apart Super Troopers.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. No, for real, Henry.
That's actually a really good idea.
I mean, honestly, that does sound like we could call it like Top Guy Theater After Dark or something.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's after dark, I'm going to be my cock will be out. So on that note, I want to thank you all. Until next week, I have no idea what we're doing next week. We're going to wing it. We're going to have some fun. Nick Mills is going to come on eventually. But with that being said, we'll see you next time on TGT. And I'm still looking for the outro. There it is. All righty then.
14 WrestleManias.
A leg drop, an elbow smash, a body slam.
Are you ready to fight? Who will survive? Goodbye. Later. Out. Bye. Out.